A yearly report by the LA County Commission shows hate crimes in Los Angeles County are at a 21-year high. Joining me now with more on the findings is Executive Director of the LA County Commission of Human Relations, Robin Toma. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Hearing about this, a 21-year high, this is very concerning. What did you find when you went and looked at this report?
Well, I think what was surprising to me was that the growth has hit historic highs in a way that I didn't expect. We saw it across the board. We saw that this was hitting the usual targeted communities, African Americans, Jews, LGBT community, Latinos, but also the transgender community. And even with the drop in anti-Asian hate crime, with the change in the pandemic in 2022, it was still the second highest number we've ever seen.
Really? Yeah, I think we've done a lot of discussion, obviously, the issues that are happening right now in the Middle East. There have been hate crimes, but hate crimes had been up, people had been targeting them. What do you think is driving this now with these other groups as well?
Well, I think unfortunately it's been several years that we've seen year after year increases in hate crimes in our county. And it really, I think, is fueled, it appears, by, I think, a shift in the political environment. Not only did we have the Capitol insurrection in January 6th of 2020, but we also saw a lot of division along lines of race. Supreme Court decisions that were reversing longstanding gains for women, for religious minorities, for immigrants. And then we also saw that there were things happening here in LA County, such as the city council recordings, the signage over the overpass about Kanye West being right about the Jews. And there's been a real shift now for several years in that some people feel free to express clearly bigoted, racist views and do it with sort of almost with a vengeance, And I think that has actually translated into encouraging some small sector of our population from acting out and to actually committing more hate crime.
It's almost given people permission. Is that what you're seeing, whether it's online or in person?
I think it's telling us that words matter, and when our leaders and others are talking about things that are clearly stereotyping an entire group of people and discriminating against them in different ways, that it makes it feel like others can go ahead and act on those sentiments and views.
So what types of things can we do? I mean, there's a vast majority of us who, all we want to do is spread love and kindness and compassion.
Right.
But what can be done to curb this? If it's at a 21-year high, there's clearly a problem.
Yes, so I'm glad you've asked that, because truly we've been working at LA County and in the community to create something called LA versus Hate. And it's not just a regular campaign, but it's actually a system of reporting that has actually captured so many more hate crimes than we didn't otherwise know. And we actually found that it's the third largest source of reporting after LAPD and the Sheriff's Department. We're getting it from people who don't want to go to law enforcement. They feel like they'd rather go to a nonprofit and report their crimes. So that's number one. We have to have people reporting, because if we don't know about it, and we know this is just the tip of the iceberg in many ways, because the FBI and the Justice Department have told us for years that we underreport hate crimes, that just simply law enforcement doesn't know about all of the things that are happening.
Is that happening out of fear of coming forward?
It's fear of coming forward. You think about the communities targeted, they're religious minorities, racial minorities, immigrants, sexual orientation minorities, and all of that means that there's a reluctance to go to the police for different reasons. But as a result, what we've created, LA versus Hate, people have gone to 211 or laversushate.org, and they've reported hate. We had 41 more hate crimes come into our database because of that route. And so we're really pleased to see that. We know that over 2,700 people actually have called since we set it up, and over 800 just have reported hate in the last year. So it's not just hate crimes, it's hate incidents. And we want people to know that it's not just about crimes, because oftentimes people don't even know what happened to me. When someone yelled at me with anger and with racist epithets, is that a crime or not? Don't worry about it. Report it to LA versus Hate. We're going to help you, and not just get your report, but we're going to help you figure out what you can do to protect your rights.
Well, and if it hasn't happened to you, but see something, say something, right?
Yes,
report
absolutely.
It for someone else.
Yes.
All right, Robin, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We really appreciate it. It's not for the best of reasons, but I'm glad we can offer some help in some way.
Thank you.